Greetings, my saplings.
Look at the top of his head.
In today's video, we are going to be talking about what shoes to be selling in April of 2018. However, I get it. Some of you guys aren't into reselling. In fact, I barely resell myself. I only resell when I get duplicates of each shoe. So feel free to take this guide more or less like a most hype sneakers of April 2018. Or for those of you who don't even care about hype sneakers, I got your back too, because I'm going to be going over some controversial shoes that you might not know if, hey, should I wait for the sale on this shoe? But why pay full retail for it when you could head on over for StockX if they happen to be sitting, and maybe save a couple of bucks, because I'm trying to save you guys money whenever it's possible. So yeah, feel free to use this guide in multiple ways, whether it's to resell shoes, find out what shoes are going to be the most limited or hype, or simply what shoes can you sleep on. So for each individual sneaker, we're going to be first mentioning the name, the date, the retail price, and I'm going to be telling you whether I think it's going to be reselling for a decent amount, or if it's going to sit on the shelves and go on sale, or if maybe it'll sell out and not have any resale value. All these predictions I'm going to be making are based off of previous shoes that have released in the past. But with that, let's move on to the first shoe that we're going to be talking about. Now, the first shoe we're going to be talking about actually released it on March 30th. Yeah, I know it's not April, but I still wanted to talk about this shoe. It is going to be the black off-white Vapor Maxes. These shoes will be releasing on the 30th, like I said, for $250. And yes, I think it's obvious to the most of you, these will have resale. They will sell out. I think that the resale should be pretty close to what the originals are selling for, probably just under that because they're simply not the OG ones. And before we get started with April, I did want to mention just one more shoe, and that is going to be the Jordan 11 Iridescent. This shoe is releasing on March 31st for $175, and for the grade school size, I believe it's $130. For the toddler ones too, $75. And knowing that there is a full family size run, this leads me to think that there is going to be a pretty hefty amount of stock for these. Not only that, but it is a weird color, so I don't think demand is going to be too high on these. So I am predicting that I do think that these shoes will sell out. I would not advocate sleeping on this shoe. However, I don't think that there's going to be much resale on these. If there is any resale, I think if you're selling on StockX or GOAT, you'll lose off of the fees. Now, moving on to April 1st. This is going to be a Europe release only. However, the US will be getting these on April 24th. This is the red CR7 Air Max 97. This shoe is releasing for $170 US, and I'm going to have to say yes, these shoes are going to be reselling simply because the two previous CR7s that did release did have very decent resale. Again though, do not sleep on this shoe if you want to get it. I probably will try my best to make a how to cop guide for it as well. Moving on to April 12th, for $190 you could get yourself a pair of the Silver Bullet Air Vapor Max. Now, to be honest with you guys, I initially thought that since it's a hybrid between two Air Maxes, like maybe they would sell out, and that's what I said in the previous month when the black and green ones came out. Those are still sitting though, so I'm going to have to say because of that, these most likely will sit as well, so feel free to pick these up off of GOAT or StockX after they release for probably $10 under retail or so. Moving on to April 13th, for $200, we have the Clima White and also the Triple Black Ultra Boost. If you ask me, I think these are really nice shoes. However, I don't think that there is going to be any resale on them simply because the Ultra Boost hype is simply dying, and I don't think that these shoes will be too limited, at least based off of what they're reselling for right now, and this is obviously before they even released. The release is at least more than 2 weeks away, and they're already going for around like 300-ish, so after fees and stuff, the price will obviously drop. I think that there's a chance that they can sell out, so maybe if you like them, don't sleep on them, but don't buy these with the sole purpose of reselling them. Now, moving on to April 14th, we actually have two shoes. The first shoe we're going to be talking about is the Yeezy 500 Blush. In March, I believe it was, they had the pre-orders on Yeezy Supply. I happened to pre-order a pair. I did pre-order a pair, so I'm kind of excited to wait for that to come in, although I don't really think that it's a nice looking shoe. I'm just excited to see what it looks like in hand, but more importantly, do I think that they will sell out? Absolutely. There are Yeezy guys. The only Yeezys that I don't think should be selling out anymore are the Power Phases. So yes, they will sell out, and yes, they will also be reselling for a decent amount. Now, right now, they're sitting at around like $900, $1,000 in that vicinity. Obviously, no. No, but by no means are they going to be reselling for even close to this. There's simply barely any pairs in circulation right now, so these people are able to jack up the prices until the pre-orders actually ship and the actual release happens. So I'm guessing that resale could dip down to maybe like $300 to $400. I'm just like keeping it low, but regardless, you should be able to make profit if you only have intentions of reselling this shoe. Another shoe releasing on April 14th is going to be the Shadow 1s. These are releasing for $160, and yes, I do think that these are going to sell out simply because all Jordan 1s lately have been selling out, and these are an OG colorway. A lot of people have been waiting for this. Also, the quality is supposed to be spectacular on these, so clearly the demand is there. However, what I did want to mention is they're not going to be too limited. I think that they're going to have a little more stock than the Bread Toes, and the Bread Toes had the same stock as the Game Royal, so I think that these will have more stock than them. The reason I say this is because there's not only grade school sizes, but for these there is also toddler sizes. So yeah, I think that you should still be able to make some profit if you resell these. I just don't think it's going to be a notable amount. Maybe like after fees, make $20 to $30. Now moving on to April 20th, for $230, we have the Elemental Rose Foamposite. I think that this shoe is really nice. I'm going to have to say that unless they make these super limited, which I don't think that they're going to do, no sellout for a couple of weeks at least. I think that they should sit. I'm not counting on them going on sale, but I do think that if you go on StockX or GOAT, you can probably get these for under retail, so obviously no, you cannot resell these shoes. But regardless, don't let that take away from this being a super nice shoe. Moving on to April 21st, this is actually my favorite shoe releasing this month, and not my favorite shoe of 2018. My favorite shoe of 2018 is these Big Bang Foams, but this is an awesome shoe, guys. This is the Jordan 1 Homage to Home, and essentially what this shoe is, it is a hybrid between the Bread ones and the Chicago ones. So obviously the demand for these shoes are going to be through the roof. Additionally, I'm going to assume that these are going to be pretty limited. I don't think that they would make a shoe like this a GR. And the retail, luckily, will still be $160, which is fantastic. So yes, I do think that you will be able to make some profit off of reselling these shoes. Most importantly, though, do not sleep on this shoe, guys. Don't sleep on this shoe. If you really like this shoe, you're going to have to wake up early and try your best to get these. Now, also on April 21st, we have another shoe that's not so notable, but I felt like I should mention it. We have the Jordan 10 Dark Shadow. This shoe is releasing for $190, and to be honest, although it is a like wearable shoe, it's super universal, you can match it with a lot of things. I don't see demand being too high on these. I also don't see these being super limited. So if you really do like this shoe, I would suggest waiting for that sale, or perhaps just going on StockX or GOAT and buying them for $20 to $30 on their retail. Moving on to April 28th, for $175, you can get yourself a pair of the Cool Gray 11 lows, and my goodness, I'm so happy to see these releasing. I would have liked to see the mids release, however, I'm just as satisfied with the lows. I think that they look phenomenal. So yes, I'm going to say that these are going to sell out just because we haven't seen a cool gray colorway since, what was it, maybe 2010, 2009? I think I'm wrong on that, but regardless, it's been a very long time since we've seen a cool gray colorway on a Jordan 11, and now we see it in a low. It is coming around to be summertime. Demand is going to be super high on these, and although I don't think that they'll be super limited, I do think that you should be able to make at least some profit off of reselling these. And now, finally, the last shoe I'd like to mention, on April 30th, we have the Jordan 3 Tinkers coming out again. So yes, the release we had earlier was very, very limited. So if you happen to have pairs right now and you don't want to wear them, I would advocate selling them because this is going to be a little bit of a wider release date. Retail still stands at $200. And yes, I still do think that they are going to sell out. I still do think that you will be able to make a little bit of profit off of reselling. But this is supposed to be a decently wide release, so don't count on heavy resale. So yeah, that is basically everything I know as of now, considering it's March. It's not really April yet, but again, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you stay updated on every single hyped release that you might want to get yourself. I will be making how to cop guides so you can get yourself a pair for retail, because Who wants to pay resale, guys? Come on. And also, guys, I am teaching you guys how to do this without a bot, of course. I go manual, and I still manage to take W's, and I believe that you guys can as well. But again, I did want to mention, if you're watching this and it's maybe like April 5th or April 10th, and we got news of other sneaker releases, feel free to leave your input in the comments so other people coming to the video can see that comment and say, oh, wow, now I know that this shoe is releasing. You see, guys, this isn't just a channel, this is a community, and feel free to subscribe to join this awesome community where we're all trying to help each other out. So feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed the video or if you perhaps learned something. And with that, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys later. Good luck.
Get your foot off my foot.
Get your foot off my foot, yeah!
Now I can't run and I can't walk. You hit me so hard, I don't want to talk. Get your foot off my foot.
Get your foot off my foot, yeah!
Why are you always in my way, knocking me over every single day? Get your foot off my foot.
Get your foot off my foot, yeah!
I should have run.
Look at the top of his head. Look at his lips.